Okay. Thank you everyone again for joining this webinar. I am Dr. Abdulrahman Nassar. I'm a marine ecologist. I'm a founder of Reefera, and today we will speak about coral spawning event. Coral spawning event. Um, this event, it's a very unique event in nature generally and in marine life especially. And still scientists doing more researches about this event to have more information or more data about the mechanism of this event. We already know some information, some data about this event, but we still need more researchers to get more data about this, to have a general idea or have a clear idea about the mechanism of this event, because it's very important for marine environment. So let's go through this together, and we will be happy to receive your questions after we finish the presentation. Thank you so much. So our agenda for this webinar, first we will talk about coral spawning generally, and we will talk about coral spawning around the world and the mechanism of coral spawning and coral spawning in a Red Sea especially, and how we can predict this event. And then we will talk about Reefera role in supporting coral reefs. So last webinar, we had the journey and we talked about coral reef life cycle starting from sexual and asexual reproductions, and until the end of building the huge reef that we can spot or can see in Red Sea and Great Barrier Reef or wherever around the world. So to start this journey of coral spawning here, we should know that coral reproduce by two ways. First way, it's asexual reproduction, which is just fermentations or budding. So if we found like a part of or a broken part of coral reef, this broken part can reproduce new corals through budding or fermentations process. This is called asexual reproduction. And second way, it's sexual reproductions, which is what we are talking about, what we are caring about now in our presentation. So in sexual reproductions, it's a spawning event. This coral reef uh, produce sperm and eggs. And this sperm egg form gametes. These gametes starting to find a substrate to settle on it, and after settling on this substrate, starting growing and starting to reproduce asexual. So from gamete, which is egg and sperm, this journey of coral spawning is starting. And this event, we should know that it's happening around the world, but not in the same time. For example, in a Red Sea, we can spot a coral spawning event between April and June, and the peak it's around May. And for example, in Caribbean, it's between August and October, and the peak is September. So it's happening all around the world, but not in the same time. and it's happening only once per a year. That's why it's unique and it's important for the marine environment. And it's connected or linked to moon. It's happening after full moon, and it's happening only at night time, and many species can doing spawning together. That's we call it spawning, coral spawning event. It's happening in different species together. So how it's work, as we mentioned, in first preparation process, it's happening inside the coral species. So getting ready to produce egg and sperm into water. And this is happening after a few days of full moon, between 2 and 3 days after full moon. And it's happening at night. And then this, after releasing the sperm and eggs, fertilization happening to form the gametes, and then these gametes will try to draft and to try to find a substrate, a perfect substrate, which is so hard, so difficult. That's why coral reef in this event release so many millions of this sperm and eggs to form gametes, because the chance to find, to survive and find a perfect substrate to settle on, it's very low. And then if it survives, the new life will start by growing a new colony, and then this new colony will make another colony until it formed the big coral reef, as we doing snorkeling and diving to spot them. So as we mentioned, it's happening all around the world, but especially in Red Sea, it has a high chance to do this. Why? Because in the Red Sea, it's warm and stable temperature and stable sea condition, and also the night is clear. Nights are clear most of time per year, and especially in this time of spawning. And we have high coral diversity in the Red Sea, and we have a healthy Red Sea, healthy reef that give a chance to reproduce more of sperm and eggs. So the percentage of successful spawning event in Red Sea, it's a higher more than other events, other locations. And as we mentioned, it's happening between April and June, and the peak is in May, where the sea temperature is perfect. Sea surface temperature is perfect for this event because it's need a specific sea temperature, sea surface temperature, not so warm, not so cold, for this event to happen. And as we mentioned, peak time full moon in May, between May and June, to 7 days after full moon, we expect this event. And the best time to observe it, it's between 1 and 2 hours after sunset. So simply, this event happening once per year. And so we can predict this corresponding event through monitoring the sea surface temperatures before full moon and after full moon, between April and June, between April and May, to see which is the perfect temperature happening, and it should be between 26 and 28 Celsius degree. And as we mentioned, between May and June, and it's happening, or we can see this event after full moon between 3 and 7 days. And the sea condition should be calm and clear condition. And it's lasting or expecting to last between 1 and 2 hours after sunset in this day of spawn. So simply, if we monitoring the sea surface temperature before the full moon in those months, we can predict and we can expect. And now we have different models for sea surface temperature. We can predict in future what is gonna happening in next month, so we can expect it's gonna happen or not. So yes, we can predict coral spawning events, and we can spot it underwater. But as we mentioned, it's need a perfect sea surface temperature, perfect calm sea, clear sky, and it's need less light pollutions around the area of spawning, less movement of people snorkeling, divers, or whatever they are doing at night. So it's need a perfect calm sea after full moon with a perfect sea surface temperature between 26 and 28 Celsius degree. So let me play this video. Please let me know if the sound is not working so I can adjust the sound.
The marine spectacular. When the perfect tide height, day length, and sea temperature all align, this happens. Some 400 species of coral across 3,000 reefs reproduce over a series of nights. Tucked inside their limestone armor, millions of coral polyps release their eggs and sperm simultaneously. You may be wondering what's big about these tiny floating jewels. Well, together, they're responsible for growing the world's largest single living structure, the Great Barrier Reef. This springtime,
So as we saw in this video, this is exactly the process that is happening, and this is a real videography of spawning events. It's really beautiful. It's really unique. It's happening only once per year, and it helps a lot of coral reef and the marine environment to refresh and have a new individuals for a healthy environment. So it's really very, very important. And that's why in Reefera, we mentioned or we suggested this event because in Red Sea, it's getting closer now, and we expect to have this event in May. And if anyone working in a Red Sea coastal area, doing diving, snorkeling, and want to help us to record this event, it will be awesome to share these videos together. It will be awesome to collaborate together, and we can give you the data of your location, and we can give you the predict historical temperature of the sea surface in this in your area. And you can record, you can dive there, you can bring snorkeling and see if you are lucky to spot this and record this video that you share with us so we can share with people. It would be awesome. So you can contact with us and we can support this. Also in Reefera is a new initiative working in a Red Sea Egyptian site, and it's founded to help in protecting coral reef and supporting the local community. That's briefly what is Reefera founded for, but it's bigger than this. So we're doing public awareness and education, and we're doing science support like this event. It's a scientific support. And we're doing monitoring, conservation project, and we will have a digital tools. We're working on it now, so we can inspiring the young generation to protect their environment, their future. So simply, we educate, we engage, we protect, and we inspire. That's what we aim in Referra. And if you want to join us, please scan this form. Also, I shared it in chat box. So you can please fill it out. We need a hand, really, in different areas because we just founded 2 months ago and we need to help coral reef and the local community so we can do this together to protect the environment. And thank you so much for joining us. This is our WhatsApp group, Referra WhatsApp group. If you want to please join, we will be happy to have you in this group to discuss different things, to announce about upcoming events, to suggest something. So we will have a lot of discussion there. So please, if you would love to join this WhatsApp group, we will be more than happy to have you there. And also, we are in a LinkedIn, Referra, and Instagram, Referra Egypt, EG underscore EG. And thank you so much again for your attendance in this event. And I will be happy to receive your questions if you have. So if you want to open your mic, or just write it in a chat box. I would be happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much. Mohammed, thank you for your question. As we mentioned, it's coral spawning in time, it's different according to the region. So as we mentioned in this slide, let me share it with you again. Maybe you were late. So as we mentioned here, yeah. So as we mentioned here, in a Red Sea area, in this area, it's happening between April and June, and the peak in May. And in different region around the world, it's different months. It's not the same months. And if you are asking about the time, you mean after sunset, is the same time after sunset. If the water temperature is perfect after full moon, so it's happening between 1 hour and 2 hours after sunset. So yeah, it's different around the region around the world. You are welcome. Any other question, guys? Hey guys, I shared again the link of the volunteer form. So please, if you are interested to join, it will be helpful from your side, and also you can learn so much through collaboration with us in Reefera or volunteering with us. So please, if you want to give us a hand, volunteer with Reefera, it would be so much important for us. Thank you so much. And also you can join, as I mentioned, our WhatsApp group here. And that's it for this webinar. Thank you again. And until we see each other again in upcoming webinar, have a lovely night or morning wherever you are. And it was so much pleasure to have you in this webinar. Thank you so much from Reefera and from me, Dr. Abdulrahman Nassar. Thank you so much. See you. Bye-bye.